Youth runner here with Seaman, Kansas standout Ryin Miller. She is going to Nike Cross Nationals, ladies and gentlemen, December 7th, Glendoveer Golf Course, because of her brilliant effort today, third overall at the Heartland Regional at Yankton Trail Park in South Dakota. We get double the enjoyment of Kansas with obviously you and Caitlin Roop. I mean, to be able to have the state perform so brilliantly. I mean, and obviously Kaylee Schultz has had an incredible year too, and obviously what we see from the Spring Hill boys, like, just what does it mean just to kind of, I mean, the state flags fly, but you were certainly carrying it today. What does that mean?
It means a lot. I think Kansas is kind of underrated as far as in running goes. I think we're kind of go unnoticed throughout the season. So it was kind of nice too to race like with Caitlin today instead of against her. It was kind of nice to have her there and just know somebody up there and have experience racing against her. So she's always fun to race against. And then obviously, really wish Kaylee could have been here too. Injury's no fun for anybody. So I hope
especially
she gets
at this
better.
time of year.
I really hope she gets better fast because she's a great runner and she could have easily qualified today too, right along with us. So great to represent Kansas with those two, and also the Spring Hill boys too. Congrats to them; they ran a great race.
Yeah, first time since 2007 a Kansas boys team has automatically qualified for, back then it was Nike Team Nationals. We weren't even at Nike Cross Nationals yet, and that's because we've added brilliant individuals like you, Ryin Miller. Just when I asked Marissa Farabee this question, right? Because you've got Libby and Caitlin who have been there and done that. But I asked Marissa Farabee, like, how much she's improved from last year, how much you've improved from last year. Like, did you believe even like in December and January, like that it's like, hey, just continued development, continued improvement, continued good health, like that you could be in this position this year?
Honestly, December was a kind of a time of unknown for me. I knew I was going to be a lot better. I upped my miles and put a lot more into my training. Really started to focus all on running and not really on my other sports as much. So
because
I knew
you
I was
are a woman of many skills.
I knew I was going to be better the next season, but really had no idea where I was at. But I think that's kind of part of the fun. You don't know what you're going to be at, but if you trust in your training, I knew I was going to be good. So.
Was there a stretch of workouts, a race performance at state that that really clicked, that like, hey, this isn't because like for the longest time, like the Olathe women always felt that way, like as a building block to come here. Like, was there something that clicked with you that it's like, yes, like I know that I can go to South Dakota or Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin. I can go anywhere in the region. I can go anywhere in the country and compete at the highest level. Like, was there a moment of kind of like that clarity that it's like, hey, all that work is really paying dividends for me?
I would say the first meet of this season, breaking 17 on Manhattan, which was a pretty hard course.
That would have been my answer. Yeah. I'm glad it's your answer as well.
So that was kind of eye-opening for me, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can go pretty far this season.
So the classic case, especially for the people that have qualified for the first time, because you're going to be surrounded by a lot of veterans, which obviously is a huge blessing to have Caitlin and Libby, along with Christy Rieger and and all the great coordinators and directors in this region, that can you can draw on that insight and that wisdom and that and that experience. But I always want to hear kind of the rest versus rust analogy, that obviously with so many weeks now to get ready. This is the first region, and and it's out of the way. Like, do you favor that? Like, do you almost look at it as like a whole new season and a whole new challenge now with like essentially 5 weeks in front of you?
Yeah, I would. I think if you add it on to this season, it gets kind of daunting. It makes this season seem really long, and so I kind of am gonna consider it like its own season, kind of. Obviously, I'm probably gonna take a week or two to rest after this race, so I can be fully back and treat it like a whole new season basically, so I'm fresh.
Awesome. Well, if this was the culmination of this season, in the air quotes, an absolutely brilliant effort on top of so many remarkable, record-breaking efforts that you produced already this season, and I have a very good feeling there's going to be a lot of All-Americans in that group of 5 from the Heartland female individuals, as well as the guys at Glendoveer Golf Course on December 7th. Ryin, stay healthy. Congratulations.
Thank you.